When you're pitching to sponsors and partners, can you just kind of talk through like what's the approach? How do you like have those conversations? Because it's got to be like, wait, what do you do? Wait, what do you want from us?
So I want to tell this before we like when it comes to sponsors, and this is if you know CMOs, black CMOs, we have a blueprint of a lot of black CMOs now. And I'm about seeing it. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, what my gripe is, just to be honest, we cycle, right?
Yep.
And if you just say if you had a team in a cycling team, Black Watts, and you're doing crit racing, you went for sponsors. A lot of black CMOs that's in that position now look at it like, that's not for me. But they don't take it like it's a lot of black people that cycle.
Yes.
It's like it's a lot of black people that watch NASCAR.
Yes.
Yeah, same story, bro.
Same story.
You talking?
You're triggering me right now. You're triggering.
So my thing is, don't look at it like just because you don't do it, you don't think it's cool that it's not a lot of black people getting into it. Tiger Woods, I mean, I played golf when I was young. Tiger Woods wasn't cool, but somebody saw the vision. Mm-hmm. Look, golf now for black people is second nature.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I was doing before I got into cycling.
Yeah.
I was playing golf.
Yeah. I played football in high school. So my linebacker coach, and I played at Union. So like in the 90s, we was powerhouse. We was the number 2 team in the country as far as high school sports. So my linebacker coach was the golf coach. So I played golf in high school. I had golf scholarships.
Wow.
Nice.
It was I always like to do something a little different. You know what I mean? Right. Yeah, but I had golf scholarships in high school. And I used to hide my bag from people. Like, I didn't want to see my bag.
Like you play golf? What you doing with those?
Football and golf. I used to hide in the car, like, hope they see my bag. And now they play more golf than me.
Right.
Like, all the people I was hiding from, and they laughing like, you playing golf? I'm like, and now
look at them.
It's the same thing with cycling. Everybody like, cycle with the pants on. And I'm like, how them pants fit?
Right.
Because they out here now. They still doing. They outside.
I'm not never wearing a suit. You could get that awesome suit. Yeah. It takes time for everybody to transform, but just people just need to see representation.
Yeah.
Is Grambling one of your biggest sponsors still?
No, so Grambling was. I went to school there. So the HBCU League Pass was. We did collaborations with. A lot of the schools.
Okay.
But I wanted to do Grambling first because I was, that's my alma mater, yeah. But I did Grambling, Morehouse, Norfolk State, Stillman, and a couple others.
You gotta do Clark Atlanta, man.
I was gonna work on Clark Atlanta,
man,
but
you gotta do Spelman, man. Don't worry about no CA. Over the Spelman.
I used to go to the AU Center, and Clark Atlanta was like my first stop, there.
Of course it is, Of course it is.
There you go.
Yeah, shout out to Brandon Thompson. Literally, that was one of my classmates, and he started at NASCAR like really early. And even for me, when I saw that he went there, I was kind of like, okay, like ain't nobody at NASCAR, so let's see how this works out for you, Brandon.
I like that talk, that vision.
Yeah, but like to see where he is today and what he's doing, and now just to know you and see what you're doing is amazing. I think it's really dope, and it just shows the progression of the sport of racing. So
when Brandon got in, like Terrence J, they was all interns. Fred, all of them was.
Wait, Terrence J too?
Yeah, he was an intern in NASCAR.
I did not know that.
Wow.
Yeah, he had got that's when he came out of at A&T.
A&T.
He interned at NASCAR.
Yeah,
that was one of his first starts.
Wow, that's crazy.
So I just want to take a quick step back. Sorry, when you were talking about the CMOs, right?
Oh, yeah.
and really trying to get them to understand.
Yeah, please.
I really want to peel back the layers on that because that can be the difference between, like you potentially having an opportunity to win and just barely competing.
Yes.
Yes.
So for me, like I tell CMOs now, before I could understand why you don't want to spend money in NASCAR, but NASCAR is different now. They're trying to test more demographics. When Chevrolet came on board with me, they came with a diversity angle with me. But as I got with them in the last 2 years, I noticed they're into equity. They said, "Hey, look, you've been in the sport a long time. Nobody's helped you. We're gonna help you get to that point where you need to be on a diversity angle. We want to support diversity.
Right.
But the people that's in Chevrolet, said not only we're gonna support diversity, we're gonna support equity. When I say equity, meaning they gave me all the tools that I need to be equal with every other team. They treat me like every other team in the Chevy ranks. Like it's nothing I can't get with any other team. That's why I support Chevrolet so much, because nobody else, when you come to companies, say, all right, I'm part of diversity, that's a check.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But equity is a whole nother angle.
Yeah,
like
it is.
Say, like, I'm going to check my box and just, hey, put you in there. But if you're not helping us to stay there, what's the whole point of helping me with diversity?
Right.
That's been our message. I mean, we don't have a Black History Month series, but that's kind of been what we've been talking about every episode of Black History Month, which is they don't see us as partners. Like a lot of brands don't truly see us as partners, which you're determining as equity.
Yes.
It's more so like they want to donate, i.e. check the box and then be like, oh, well, we gave you X. But it's like, yo, but I'm not on the same level as...
No, they just give you a stool.
Yes.
No, let's give a prop up to level you to exactly
Yes,
where everyone else is at.
Exactly.
You're saying that's what Chevy did.
Yeah, Chevy did that. And most brands won't do that. They'll just do the minimum just to check the box and say, oh, we did this last year.
Yes.
You know, we did that last year. But no, we 13% of the population and we spent 50% at your company.
Right.
So how is that even possible?
Right.
How are you not spending more?
Yeah.
Like we 13% of the population and we spent 50% of
That's wild.
of
Your sales,
last
your
year.
revenue. Yes.
Your revenue, but we don't matter to give us both.
Yeah.
Right.
The respect, the whole everything across the board.
So who? I'm sorry, I just want to give them a chance to shout out all your sponsors. Since we're talking about the ones that you know, like who are some of your major sponsors?
So
the ones
like
you want to celebrate and uplift.
Most of the HBCUs, Puma came in heavy.
Okay.
Chevrolet. Those are the ones right now.
Okay. Chevy and one of the HBCUs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because as I'm listening to you talk, I'm like, man, at this point, there should be another John on the race circuit at this point, right?
I mean, so when I started, I was the only black owner, and I'm still the only fully owned black team. I won't sell my team out. I'm being candid. I tell everybody that my team will always stay all black.
So 100% of the ownership is by black owners.
It's about black ownership because I wanted to give down to I just had a son, give it down to him.
Yeah.
A lot of people when they come in, they look at it like as a business and they're like, are we gonna build it up and sell it?
Yeah.
No, you're talking legacy right here.
Yeah.
I'm not. Nobody sold the Giants. They still own it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, and most of the teams that you see in like professional teams, if it wasn't controversy, they'd still own it.
Yes.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like the Yankees still own
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
If it wasn't controversy of some sort, they would still own the team.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So I just want to make sure I have my team is around, just like the Petties, just like the, Hendrick Motorsport, all the big teams who started, and they didn't sell out. They wanted to keep their team for themselves.
So what is that like with MJ?
So Michael Jordan started the team with Denny Hamlin. So he owns.
So he's a partner.
Partner with Denny Hamlin and one other guy. I can't think of his name. That partnered with the Charlotte Hornets.
Gotcha.
So it's me, Michael Jordan, and that's it.
Gotcha. That's it. Just the two of you.
Some other people that I'm not gonna say the name.
No, I'm with you.
But it's more of a licensee deal.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're saying the difference between you and MJ is that, again, nothing's wrong with how MJ is doing it, but you're saying your team is 100% black owned.
That's amazing.
I told NASCAR the other day, I'm like, got Brad Doherty's been in the sport a lot. He's a part.
Brad Doherty too?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Was there before I was.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a minority owner. When he first came.
He's been around the sport though for a while, though, right?
So I wanted to say about Brad Doherty. When I first got in, I would call Brad. He would be somebody I can lean on for just to vent. Not advice. I'd be like venting to Brad. Brad's like, I understand. Brad was cool about that. But Michael Jordan, I mean, I told NASCAR, I said, look, if it wasn't for athletes in the sport, who would you have left? Me. I'm the only non-athlete owner in the sport.
Right, black. No,
Black.
Right.
Black non-athlete owner. Like I wasn't a billionaire. I came up through the ranks of NASCAR to be at the cup level. So
that's amazing.
And how do they respond to that? Because there's power in that statement you just made, right?
When they gonna tell your story?
It's not them telling the story; it's me telling my story.
Yeah,
you know what
I love that, and that's why you're here today with us.
Yeah. A lot of times you hear stories about different people. Like I can't think of her name, and excuse me for that. That sat on the bus before Rosa Parks. just
Yes.
stories like that. You hear later on, like 50 years later, it was more people involved with different things that wasn't televised or wasn't told to us, and we found out later, and you'd be like, wow, So I want to tell my own story when it's time.
There it is.
Yeah,
and it ain't time yet.
All right, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.